Alright, hey everybody. How we doing? We're live tonight on YouTube and TikTok. So, obviously, if you're seeing this, you're watching me on one of those two platforms or you're watching it after the fact. We're going to be drawing what was this one? It was a 210 Allis Chalmers pulling tractor tonight. The name of this tractor is My Girlfriend Allis. It's out of Iowa, and it's going to be a good time. So, that's what we're going to be doing. Normally, I would put up a reference photo and show the reference photo that I'm working off of, but I don't have the digital rights to show the photo that I worked off of. I actually have a couple photos I worked off of, and I don't have the digital rights to any of them. So I was able to work off of them, but can't put them up on my YouTube stream or on TikTok because I don't really have the rights to them, and I'd rather not have a copyright strike. So that's what we got going on here tonight. What's up, Roper? How you doing? What's up, JoJo John Deere? How's everybody doing tonight? I see JoJo John Deere's doing good. Let's go ahead and flip over to this is the outline I did offline, and then we're going to go ahead and get started. So I'm going to go ahead and cover up just the portions that I'm not going to be working on. One, so I don't smudge it. Two, so that I can focus a little bit better. And go from there. So I'm just going to tape down a piece of regular paper here to this, and we'll go from there. All right, well, let's get started. I'm going to start with my white pencil tonight. We're working on these weights first, and these weights are going to be amazing. I can tell they're going to be amazing just by looking at them. And it's not going to be because of me. It's going to be because I'm just amazing to draw. So I'm just going to put a white line across the top of this weight bar right here. And what I'm doing with that is just trying to find a few highlights in here. And the side of this set of handles here, there's a side to this handle. It's going to be a little bit lighter, and then this weight, the top of it's got a little bit of a ridge right here on these international. I think these are international weights from what I can tell. If not, they're some other type of weight. And I'm just putting some lines in here for the highlights that I see. Doing pretty good. Good. Glad to hear it, Rupert. What's your drawing project currently? I know you always got something you're drawing yourself. What you got going on right now drawing? This has been a busy week for me. I got roped into Roper's on the thing. I got roped into a project that's not mine at work, and it took my entire weekend, unfortunately, from me. So I lost my weekend, but that's all right. I got paid really well for it, so I just didn't get any time to do any drawing this weekend, which is a real shame because I like drawing. And when I don't draw, I get grumpy. All right, top of this tank. It's a good looking tank, by the way. I like this tank. It's going to be fun to draw. Yeah, good looking tank. All right. So the sun's reflecting on the bottom. There's like an indent in this tank. The sun's reflecting real good, bright white on the bottom. Got a few little spots where it's reflecting in here. But all in all, this is a little bit lighter, so I'm just going to drop that in there like that. There's some decals down in here. Now, I don't put much detail into the decals. One, because of copyright purposes. Once again, I just don't want to get sued by a company because I put their logo on my stuff for trademark infringement. And two, I don't really like drawing details. If they want to pay me to put their logo on something, I will. Anyway, it's beside the point. So I'm just going to put some bright whites in here, and then we'll smudge it out later. And they'll turn into a light gray, hopefully, when I'm done with this. So, all right, I'm seeing some white in the tires. These nice tri-rib tires here. just seeing a little bit, and we're going to fade that down a little bit. And then I'm seeing a little bit of the rim showing through. I guess that is. Nope, that's not the rim. That's like bars up underneath. I forget what they call them. Bars that keep the tractor from, if the wheel breaks off, it doesn't nosedive. I think that's what that's for. Anybody know what they're called? I forget what they're called. Okay, seeing a little bit of a light spot underneath of this handle. That's just going to fade out to that one there. And then this one here fades down a little bit, not much. And then there's another one down here. I'm going to find some edging here. This is just a little bit light. There we go. What's up, Mint Frog 697? How you doing? If you don't see the comments popping up and you're wondering who I'm talking to, well, I'm both live on TikTok and YouTube tonight. So if you're over on TikTok, you should check out my YouTube. We've got a better view, got like a top-down view. This camera right here is showing the way. And if you're over on YouTube, you found where you're supposed to be. Go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already. If you're watching this back, well, I'm talking to you from the past. Neat technology we have right here. Don't even need a time machine to do that. Alright. This pencil point's not doing what I want it to do. It's not as bright. We'll work with it. We can work with it. We'll make it work. Alright. I gotta find a better pencil point. Let's find one that actually has a point. I'm trying to draw some fine lines and details, and it's just not doing anything for me. Oh, that one's better. Look, I got control again. I got the control. All right. So I did this outline last night. I'll tell you the story of where this came from. I was working on a modified tractor. I was going to draw that. I had paper taped down and everything. I printed out this picture of this modified, and I started realizing I don't have much detail in it to work with. And it was a shame because it was a cool tractor. Not to say I won't do it yet. It's just I've been away for a couple days, and I really wanted something that's going to like really stand out to come back to. Something to keep me interested, keep me going. Well, I posted the other day that picture of the Remedy tractor from Beer Money Pulling Team. By the way, I'm wearing their shirt today, if you haven't noticed. And if you're on TikTok, you can't even see it, so definitely haven't noticed. And Beer Money shared a video or a picture of that tractor on their Facebook page. And I'm not sure if y'all follow Beer Money Pulling Team, but one of the biggest, if not the biggest, Facebook page for tractor pulling in the country, maybe in the world. Well, out of the blue, I got this request from a woman saying, "Can you draw my husband's tractor?" And at first I'm like, yeah, I can do it. And I'm just going to reply to her and say, I'm going to do it, but not right away. But then I started looking at it. I'm like, this is different. At first I looked at it and I thought to myself, it looks like a D21 because it's got a black scoop right in front of the steering wheel. But then I looked again, and that was just a first glance. I looked again, I'm like, that is not a D21's grill. What is going on? What is this? And I started realizing it's a 210 with the scoop painted black. I'm like, I ain't done a 210 yet. I haven't done an Allis Chalmers puller yet. I like Allis Chalmers. Family grew up around Farmalls, but we had Allis Chalmers. That's what my uncle always put new guys on. He always put them on the Allis Chalmers first to see if they could run it. Had a little CA Allis Chalmers that he did that with. His son ran it for a while, and then anytime new people come out, he'd let them run that little tractor. Well, I never got to run it because by the time I got a pulling age, he had passed away, so never got to run it. But I like Allis Chalmers. Brother had a WC Allis Chalmers. I ran that a few times. And my dad had a little CA Allis Chalmers that I ran a few times too. And I don't know, I just wanted to do an Allis Chalmers. So this person came to me at the right place, right time, and asked me, "Will you draw my husband's tractor?" And I said, "Sure, I will." And I thought to myself, I'm just going to take my time and I'll do it in a week or two. But then I started drawing it last night, kind of out of nowhere. It surprised me too. So that's why I'm drawing this here tonight. This will probably be one of my only drawings this week. Like I said, I just had a busy weekend at work, and I ended up working all weekend, Saturday and Sunday, at my real job. It just didn't give me any time to draw outlines. And I normally get my outlines done over the weekend, and then I'll draw Sunday night through the rest of the week. That didn't happen this week, so this might be my only drawing this week. We'll see. I might get some outlines done and do another one for the weekend, but definitely a busier week than normal. So it's all right though. That pays the bills, and like I said, the money was good. So okay, I'm gonna do all the way back to this frame right here, and then I'll start smudging stuff out. I think that's what I'm gonna do. We'll see when I stop. But that's the plan for currently, for right now. So anybody interested, I'm using General Charcoal pencils. This one right here is a 4B. I use a 2B, a 4B, and a 6B. I use them interchangeably. Right now I'm using the 4B because the point was the sharpest. It's a terrible reason to use it, but it's the reason I'm using it. I also, and you've seen me with this white pencil, that's a white pastel pencil. Also a General brand. I love those things. It's the, is it the 4414? You can't see that, but 41, yeah, 4414. Those things work just plain amazing. The nice thing is if I make a mistake in charcoal, I can color over it with that pastel chalk very easily. So that's what I do. I make a lot of mistakes and I cover them up. So I'm going to just cover that real quick, but then I'm going to come back in with a white, real thin line. And that's going to be that. All right. Love the artwork. Keep up the great work. Thank you, D. Mertens. DMA Ertens. I don't know how you pronounce that. I don't know where one word stops and the other one starts. I apologize if I just butchered your name. It was not my intent. So there goes a pencil sharpener. Just hit my dog with it. Sorry, Rusty. My dog, if you ain't followed me before, my dog sleeps under my desk most of the time. It's a King Charles Cavalier Spaniel. You know, if you look at dog breeds, you know, some of them were bred to hunt. Some of them were bred for, you know, finding, you know, mushrooms with their nose or whatever. I don't know what dogs are bred for. Some were, you know, bred for going in holes and pulling out small game. But King Charles Cavalier Spaniel was, when you look into it, it was bred to warm the laps of old ladies in carriages. That's what I've heard. Well, we don't have a carriage. I don't have an old lady around here, so this dog warms my feet up. That's the closest he'll ever get to meeting the fulfillment of his breed. So I absolutely love drawing weights. I love drawing weights because they're easy to draw. They normally turn out really good. Maybe this one won't, we'll see. But it doesn't take much work for weights. Alright, so if you're confused of what's going on here, I've got this smudging tool. I think they call it a tortillion. Not like a tortilla that you eat, but tortillion. And we call them blending stumps, that type of thing. And I'm just using that. Use your finger to smudge charcoal, but in the end, you get your oils from your finger on it, and then it doesn't work as good. Like, it doesn't last as well over the years. So there's that. Some people still use them. They like the feel of the control that it gives them, but I've made myself use one of these. I want my stuff to last. So a lot of people comment on how much detail goes into my tractors. And I absolutely love that, because when you look closely at it, you realize there's not actually a lot of detail in them. I like to use a lot of optical illusions with my style of drawing. I just let the brain fill in what the eye thinks it sees. So, like right here, I just put some little white specks in there. That's all that's going into that, and that's all it's going to be, and that's going to be fine. It's going to look amazing. I keep one end of it a little bit cleaner than the other end. You'll see me flipping them around every once in a while if I go for something that's really white. I just want it to be gray. I don't want it to be black when I smudge over it. So, and if that gets too light, I'll pull out a piece of sandpaper and I'll clean that off. You'll probably see me do that here soon. What's up, Jordan Vincent? Thanks for stopping by. Subscribe to your channel. Wow, I see you on both sides. That's amazing. Thank you. Appreciate the support. I really do. We're just getting this channel going. It's a long way to go yet. Just started it a few months ago, and I'm still just getting it going. So appreciate the support from everybody that I've gotten. It's been amazing, amazing support. So thank you all so much for that. All right, coming back in with my white. Just like I said before, if I mess up, I can go over it with the white, and I did mess up a little bit. Now, not much I could have done with this one, but there's this right here. I just need to go in there a little bit. It's like a reflection of the gas tank in this section right here, I believe, if I read it right. The nice thing with my style of drawing is I don't really have to know what it is I'm drawing. I just have to draw what I see. So that's what I'm doing. Just drawing what I see. This is a logo right here. I don't put logos on my stuff, trademark reasons. It's just gray area. I've seen some court cases that says you can do logos as part of a piece of artwork, and I found others that people have been sued over doing that. So I just don't. So this, I'm just putting in a few little details of the grill. Once again, this isn't rocket science. There's not a lot of detail. It's just little illusions of detail is what I'm going for here. Also, there's a little bit of light coming in here, not much. I'm going to cover this up, but I just want to get it in there so that it lightens it up a little bit. Have you ever played Farming Simulator? I have. I had it on Xbox, I think it was, years ago. Haven't played it recently. Though every time I see one of those TikTok channels where they play Farming Simulator, I'm about half tempted to come back in and try to start playing again. I get a lot of people ask me to draw their tractor from Farming Simulator. That's something I won't do. So many times people will send me, "Will you draw my tractor?" Dude, no. Someone already drew that. It's in Farming Simulator. So no, I won't draw your Farm Simulator tractor. I keep saying the word Farm Simulator. Maybe YouTube will pick it up in the algorithm and throw my stuff out there for people to view. Farm Simulator, Farm Simulator, Farm Simulator, Farm Simulator. There we go. That's how you do it. Can you draw my Paul's John Deere 4030, please? I don't take requests on my live. It just gets too monotonous. There's too many people come in and out of here. If I had to stop every time and write down what I was drawing, I'd never get anywhere. So if you want to request something, the best way to do it is to go to my Instagram, my Facebook page, one of those two, and request a drawing that way. It just helps me out, helps everybody watching this out, and all of that stuff. So I get 1,000 requests a month, give or take. Actually, last month was over 1,000. So the chances of me drawing is slim, but everything I've drawn recently has been something that someone's requested. So even slim chances happen every once in a while. It's still better than winning the lottery, I would bet. Alright, how's that look? I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think this white stripe's in the wrong spot. So I'm going to smudge that out and come back in with white. Now, I've got a little short white one right here, but I'm going to come through here just like that. Okay. And now I'm going to come back across with a little bit darker pencil just to give it that extra touch. I also think this is in the wrong spot, so we'll move that over too. Alright, that's a little bit better. Alright, there's the front of that sucker. Move back. I'm going to do this tire next. Just giving a little bit more each time. Alright, so for the center of the tire, I want a real sharp pencil. I'll probably just sharpen one here quick so that it's guaranteed sharp. I didn't empty my sharpener before I started. Probably should have done that. Let's see how it does. Alright, I'm just going to come in here, starting to look at what we got. We got some holes in these rims that are going to show up. Find that point. We're just going to try to put those holes in there where they're at. Just trying to find them here. Some of them I've got marked on my outline, some of them I don't. And a little bit of coal around here. Should have named my channel Rolling Coal, like charcoal. I didn't. It'd been a better name. Alright, you hear my dog snoring under there? He likes to sit under this desk and he snores all the time, really badly. I listen back to these sometimes and I hear him snoring. I'm like, man, that microphone picks up the dog snoring better than it picks me up. There's something wrong with that. I need a better microphone. If anybody has a channel out there that's specializes in filming dogs snoring, I've got a microphone for you, because this thing picks up dog snoring better than it picks up human talking, even when the human is much closer and much louder. So I'm going to have to be real careful with this, because there's a couple different things going on here. There's one, the highlights in the tire, and two, the silver rim, polished aluminum chrome. I can't tell from this picture. I need to make sure I distinguish between them. Otherwise, we're going to have ourselves a mess. Alright, just do a little bit of freestyle here. I can't really see the bottom of this hub, so I'm just kind of adding something in there that hopefully will look like a hub, and I can come back later and fix it if it doesn't look right. Alright. Thanks to all the folks who stopped by over on YouTube. Quite a few on here tonight. Appreciate that. Alright, coming back in now to the tire itself. I want to start around the center of this, so before I lose it and screw it up. Just going to circle the rim. That's all I'm doing. And then I'm going to do the same thing for this section of the tires. Now, all this white that I'm covering up right here, that'll come back in a lighter way here in a minute. I'm not wasting time by doing this. It's buried under there, and when we smudge it, some of it will come back out. And if it's not enough, we can add more. Get a dead spot in this pencil. Sometimes when you're working with charcoal pencils, you'll get a chunk in there that feels like glue. Feels like rubber. I think I got one of those here a second ago. I have to sharpen it to get rid of that. I'm feeling it. We'll see if that works. It just feels like rolling over glue, and you just gotta sharpen it sometimes to get rid of that. And the trick to sharpening is to not over sharpen. Now, if you're watching me over on YouTube, go ahead and give this video a like if you like it. If you don't like it, well, sorry I wasted your time. And of course, appreciate subscribes. Alright. Well, I'm liking the way this is turning out. We're going to add a little more in here just for some depth and dimension before we start smudging it out. Now, I think I'm ready. Find a good blender here. Which one's a good blender? I had a good blender earlier and I misplaced it. There it is. Alright, so I talked about it earlier. If your blender gets dirty, you can just take some sandpaper, rub it out. Start doing some YouTube shorts. How do I tag you again? I don't know how to tag on YouTube shorts, honestly. No idea. I'll see if I can look into that for you. You just throw that anywhere. Alright. Start that fake hub that I came up with there. I'm just going to go around these bolts that I have. This is the right color. I'm pleasantly surprised at how this is turning out. It's a little darker than I thought it would be, but it's the right color, so it's going to look good, I think. let me find something here. This is a Mono Zero eraser. You can draw with an eraser. These things are great. They're pretty cheap for what they are. I picked this one up, I think, for about $5 plus a refill pack. I think $8 total. And it's really good at just drawing your outlines if you screw them up a little bit. I screwed them up a little bit, so come back across this and then erase again. Oh, I can't believe I actually hit that on the first try. That's perfect. Once again, it's the illusion of detail. That's what I go for. Illusion of detail. Looking at these weights again, I'm seeing, I want to add a little bit in so you can see where the weight is. I'm going to do that and then I'm going to smudge it down. It's very subtle, but it's there. And the other thing I want to do, I'm going to separate where this weight bar starts and the weight stops. So it looks like I might have just contradicted what I just did there. And I did, but it worked out, so that's all we're going for. So, alright. This is good. I got more people on YouTube tonight than I do TikTok, and that's a first for me. I like it. Alright, I'm going to do a little more detail on this rim. Now, normally I say at this point, this is a quick drawing, and I'm not doing this for a commission or sale, so therefore, no, I'm not doing a lot of detail, but this one actually is potential sale, so I'm going back in and doing some of that extra detail. And honestly, after I get off this YouTube tonight, I'll probably add a little more detail yet. Sorry, you guys will miss that. Okay, and that's it. A little bit of detail went a long way. So. All right, where do we go next? I guess next I'm going to do this logo in here. I'm going to do this white, I think it's a sticker of some sort. I can't tell from the picture I've printed out. The picture is a little bit blurry, but the picture's fine. I don't need a lot of detail to do what I do, just a little. And this one gave me just a little bit I needed, so I'll go with that. All right. Now there's right here. It looks like some sort of hardware that holds the hood on. Same up here. Can't really tell. I see right in here there's a little bit of a reflection. Top of this hood all the way back. Pretty significant reflection. Ouch. I bet y'all heard that. Hit my microphone with my elbow. Sorry about that. And here there's a little bit of reflection. Right here there's a slight glimmer coming out. Not much of anything. And down here, up in here. Let's see the top of, I think these are weight brackets down here. Can't really tell. That's alright. Don't need to tell. There's that. I see a little white speck right about there. Don't know what that is either. Don't have to. Alright, now I'm going to go into the logo because I said I was going to do that and then I did something else. Lettering is one of the things I struggle with sometimes. It can be very difficult for me. And I stay away from pulling tractors a good bit because of that, because they always got pretty elaborate graphics and lettering on them. But it's something I've been working on. And it's something that I've really grown with, I think. So This white pastel just really flows so nicely. Cursive R in here. Big loop that goes down behind the Allis on this F. Another cursive R into an I, which is before the E. Right where it should be, right? And into a D with a nice hoopy tail. And there's just a little like that. I'm going to struggle with this little picture of this woman down here. Gotta get it because it's like the logo for the tractor and it's got to be there. Great tractor name, by the way. My girlfriend Allis. Just remember, this guy's wife is the one that sent me the picture, so guess she knows about his girlfriend, Allis. That's funny. That's funny. All right. Once I get this done, I'm going to hit this little logo here. I'll come back in and do more detail later, but just going to get some basic colors in there, hopefully. And we'll see how much you need to add later. Alright. Let's get her legs. And then her dress, there's just a little bit of a... It's going to be a tough one, I'll say that. You got her arm coming down here. And she's got some crazy hair. That's going to be good for now. What else we got? There's a white sticker back here. And of course, all down the side of this sucker, you got your long banner sticker down the hood, decal. So here's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to take this white and I'm going to color just a little section right here. Pretty heavy. All right. And then I'm going to take my blending stuff. Now we talked earlier about sanding it down. Do the same thing. I'm sanding it down. Trying to get as much black off of it as I can. Which puts a nice black spot in my hands here too. And then I'm going to color over top of this. I'll pick up some white as best I can because I'm going to be smudging white. I don't want this white to turn really dark gray. I want it to be somewhat light. Going over it pretty lightly at this point. Just want to take the highest rough stuff off of it. that. CN. A little bit of just some, I don't even know what you'd call this. Wavers a little bit back and forth. Wavers, is that right? I don't know if that's the word or not. And here, I'm just going to fill in a few higher sections now. A little bit darker sections. Not a ton of it, just a little. Hey there, Clint. What's up, Bull Holler? How you doing? Got another pulling tractor tonight. Dog's probably gonna bark here in a minute. There's somebody at our door. I'm not gonna answer him. Probably one of my daughter's friends or somebody. Hey, knock it off. Okay. Hey, boss, do an amazing job drawing everything. Thank you very much. That's not completely true, though. Terrible at drawing people. But thank you. Appreciate it. Alright, I'm coming over this that I just put down with a little bit of white. Not much. Just want to add a little base color in there. I want it to be lighter gray since it's orange. So hopefully I'll be able to pull this off. We'll see. I start at the top. Try to keep the gray and the white separate. That's weird. Left ear stopped working here for a second. You ever have that happen to them? Should I be concerned? It's good now. It's back. Problem with these Allises that I have is getting the orange color to look right. If you do it wrong, it'll just look like an international. It'll look red. I need it to look orange. These people like Allis's, they don't need a Farmall. They don't need a big old binder. I think it's working. All right. How's it looking from you guys' end? Let me know in the comments if you see anything I missed. What's fun for me is when I'm working on these, sometimes I'll put music on in the background. Well, I was working on the outline for this one. A song came on the radio I hadn't heard forever. It was "You Can Have Anything You Want" at Allis's Restaurant, which is just an old song, not one I'd expect to hear. It came on right as I was drawing the outline. The other day I was doing that pulling tractor, that hot farm tractor, Jesse's Girl. Guess what song came on? Jesse's girl. Alright. Alright, I'm going to take a graphite pencil. I'm going to do a little bit of work with a graphite pencil here. I don't do much with graphite anymore. It doesn't smudge as much. It's a little bit lighter. So that's why I'm just coming through here. Do a little bit with the lettering. Just some outline work. She is wearing a dress, so we should probably add that in there. Yeah, that's looking better. Alright, let's do the same thing up here. Let's just define some edges with the graphite pencil. And this is standard pencil, like your number 2 you was required to have in school, sort of. This is actually a 2H pencil. Not quite the number 2 pencil, but this just gives a little bit of a defining line for this lettering. It's hard to believe this is the stuff I used to draw with all the time. This stuff seems impossible to work with. Separate the I, circle it up, put an I in the E. There she is. Whew. Thanks for the follow there, XAU Tune. I don't know how to pronounce that either. Okay. I want to lighten this up just a little bit more. So we're just going to put a little very light coat over top of a few spots here. I want it to look orange. Right now it looks red, even though it's gray. I sound crazy, but I spend my time talking to you people while I'm drawing tractors, so I guess I'm a little crazy. That's better. I just gotta get in here a little bit. Okay, that looks orange. What do you think? Does that look orange? Y'all tell me in the comments. Does that look orange? Looks orange to me. It's better than it was. I'll say that. All right. Now, this is a 210. I would say 210 right here. I'm not going to make it say 210. Well, we're going to put a little scribble there so you can see it says something. And Allis Chalmers. We're not going to say Allis Chalmers. We're just going to put a few little scribbles in here so you can see that there's a logo there. Now it's not showing up on the thing, but trust me, it's there. All right, exhaust pipe. Big fat exhaust pipe. I've heard they had D21 sheet metal for this thing, but they couldn't fit the turbos under the hood. I assume that's why this exhaust pipe's so big. Big old turbos or a bunch of turbos. I'm not sure which is the case. Maybe both, or not both. Okay, so I got some color on there. I'm going to come back over. I'll lighten it up before I even smudge it. I think we're ready to smudge it. Let's see. That look like an exhaust pipe? A little bright. Needs a little shadow on this side. That's better. There she is. What's up, Elkhart YT? How's it going? Alright, I'm going to pull this away and let's take a look quick at what we've got. So there we go. We got the hood mostly done. We got, we still got some hood back here to do. I hope I can match that color. I'll be fine. We'll figure it out. I want to do some smoke on this one. I normally don't draw smoke. I guess we're literally rolling coal, but with charcoal. I'm just going to scribble around like this. Nice black smoke rolling. This will be down here. I want it to be a sharp line, but otherwise, it's just a scribble. Alright, so there's that. I'm going to take some white. I'm going to kind of do the same thing, but just rougher. And don't get mad at me. It's going to come back to black. I'm going to go back over it with black. Just want to give some texture in here. You see y'all now. It's supposed to be black smoke. Why are you making it white smoke? Well, it's giving it texture. That's why. I'm using a couple different grades of charcoal here. Hey, what's today? Today is a 210 Allis Chamers pulling tractor out of Iowa named My Girlfriend Allis. Great tractor name. Great picture I got. And we're rolling coal with charcoal currently. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm going to take a paintbrush. I ain't worked with a paintbrush for a while. I'm going to do a few little, like this. Spread it out. And paint with some charcoal dust. Y'all see that? Paint with charcoal while I'm rolling coal. And get rid of coal because it's too much coal. that look like smoke? Looks like smoke to me. What's up, Guns and Ammo? How you doing? Thanks for the likes. Okay. Take a quick gander here. Alright, so I'm going to flip over my reference drawing here. Can't show you the reference drawing, unfortunately, because I don't have the digital rights to it. And I don't want to get a copyright strike on YouTube. But trust me, it's a really cool picture. Now they've got a black scoop here on this 210 Allis. Of course, you know the 210 Allis came through the factory with an orange scoop, I believe. But this looks more like a D21 scoop. I like it. I always thought the D21's black scoop was one of the most defining features of any tractor ever made. And I wish they didn't move to the orange scoop on the 210s, 220s. I just think it looks so much better in black. So I appreciate that they painted this one. Good looking scoop, I'll tell you that. Good looking tractor. Oh no. Just a good looking tractor. Okay, there's that scoop. That's going to be a defining feature of this tractor too. Alright, where are we at? I need to find my other blender. I got a little more back here. It's that same color gray. Luckily I've got a little bit of coal left on here. So we can do something like that. She's looking good. Alright, there is a ton of black right here. This whole section right here, it's going to be like filled in black. Not much detail to it, not much needed. Put some white down here. I'm going to put white for this floorboard, I guess it is. And then I'm going to fill in a few little details. But most of this is going to just be a big black glob. I'll go through a few pencils on this one, I'll say that. Back in here. Okay, what do y'all think? Think that looks good? Not like you'll actually answer me. I watch your tutorials and ask my mom to go to Walmart and get the supplies to learn how to do what you do. That's awesome. I love it. Hey, there's Groovy Ideas with Glenn. What's up, Groovy Ideas? If you like some awesome stuff, go check out Groovy stuff. Been working a lot with black and white currently. I saw Batman today, I think, right? Good stuff. I like his hyper-realism stuff. It's just good content. If you like this type of drawing, go check it out. Cool. Well, yeah, I mean, watch those tutorials. Learn what you can, and then become a better artist than me. That's the goal, right? Pass on what we know to the next generation. And shoot, hopefully I got a bunch of years yet that I can pass this stuff on. But you know, you never know. I'll learn what you can from me. I'm just outlining some of the stuff that I want to keep a little bit brighter, and then the rest is going to be just colored in black. You're not going to believe me, but really, that's what we're going to be doing all the way up to here. So I'm going to outline what we're going to color black, and then we'll go for it. I know what you're thinking. There's no way all that's going to be black. But it is, except for that box. That whole section. All right. Oh, thanks for the rose there, Groovy. Appreciate it. Yeah. I'll say this. Highest gifter in my TikTok gets absolutely nothing. I've seen people out there, the highest gifter gets this, or gets that, or gets whatever. Nope. You get nothing. You get a thank you from me, and that's about it. So thank you. One of the things that actually stood out to me was how much of this tractor had this dark shadow underneath. And I love tractors with dark shadows because it just lets your eyes play with, your brain play with what your eyes see. That optical illusion of a lot being there when it's really not. So that's one of the things that drew me to this tractor. Oh, I got another dead spot in this thing. That's all I need. Cheers. Well, thank you. Woo-wee. Now you're done thinking. You done ruined it. I need a good picture of my 200 Farmall. I can't DM you. That's a shame. If you load it to like Dropbox or something, and then post a link to it in YouTube, maybe, I don't know. Any way you can get a hold of me in YouTube right now is key, because there's not a ton of people over there yet. My TikTok is a little overwhelmed. My Instagram is getting overwhelmed, but still controllable. YouTube, it's not. I hesitate to say that a certain night of the week is going to be the night that I draw, because every time I say something like that, something comes up the next time that day comes around. But Wednesdays seem to be the best day so far that work with my schedule. So every other Wednesday, though, I'm preoccupied, but what do you think, y'all? So I don't have Instagram. Gotcha. Howdy, McLean Farms. Ryan, how you doing? Oh man, nice drawing. Thanks, Colton Bass. If I didn't already thank you. All right, hard part now. Roll cage and the dude. The rest is easy, but dang, roll cage and the dude's going to be difficult. I guess I'll start here on the dude. I always warn people I'm not great at drawing people. It's just not something I've ever been good at. And I think it's because, don't take this the wrong way, I like drawing tractors because I like tractors. I don't really like people. You know, you met one, you met most of them. But that's not true. I can't draw dogs either, and I like dogs. So. Okay, what we got going on here? Highlight down the leg. Here. Looks good so far, thank you. Glad to hear it. I don't think anybody would tell me it looked like crap if it didn't, though. Although it is YouTube, definitely people will tell you it looked like crap. YouTube's brutal, I'll tell you that. You know, I'm used to TikTok land where people are pretty nice overall. You know, give or take a few. This roll cage got me a little bit terrified. There's so much going on in here, and the picture I have is slightly blurry. Just trying to grab enough detail out of it. Like, I think it's 3 bars across and 1 on the back. I think. Can't really tell. So, because there's like another side to it that's shining through a little bit too. He's got like a whiter, light colored helmet at least. That makes it a little bit easy. But it's got, of course, something covering it that's blackish. I don't know what color that is. Tough to tell what's going on in here, I'll be honest. I think there's an arm here. Hopefully I'm drawing this right. That's the back of the seat right here. Hopefully that's what that is. What's your Instagram? It's Clems Tractor Art. CLEMS Tractor Art is my Instagram. That's difficult. I'll say that. Very difficult. But I think it's coming together. As talented as you are, you should have more viewers. I mean, I guess. I don't know. It's not really TikTok's thing showing pictures of a guy drawing tractors. All in all, it's not. I have another channel that I do comedy on, called Jokes from the Bunker. Some of you might be familiar with, probably not. And got about 250,000 followers on that channel. But this channel is only a few months old, still growing, hopefully. I'll answer you guys in a few seconds if you got questions. Right now, I'm just trying to focus heavily on what I'm drawing because it's very easy to get lost in here, especially, I mean, I'm not great at drawing people, like I said, so it can be really tough, especially for me to figure out where I'm at and stay on target here. Alright, we're almost done this section. White pencil here. A few little lines in there. Big honking line under here. And then I'm going to color this in. And then go over it with some gray. And then back over it with white. I wanted to make sure it comes out gray. The side of this fender. So sometimes just layering it back and forth will get a really good. Looks great, man. Keep up the good work. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Go follow my YouTube if you don't already. I do more stuff on YouTube lately than I do on TikTok. Alright, I think it's about time to smudge it and see what we got. Alright, steering wheel first, because it's light. Top helmet. Into the bottom of the helmet. Like that. Just trusting what I drew in here is going to show up. Trying to keep it a little bit soft as I've got this guy here that I'm drawing. Move to a little bit harder pressure once we get out of that. Alright, up under this fender. Fender. Alright, up under the fender. Some shadows in there for sure. I'm going to flip it over. Hopefully, no, that was my light side, wasn't it? Well, we won't use much pressure. There's that. Need to come in that white pencil again. Fill that back in. Want a bright white line out here. Contrast. There's some contrast. Got how much does it cost to get a drawing? So here's how I work. I'm not a typical business, not really business at all per se. Um, People request drawings from me, typically on Instagram. They'll message DM me and say, will you draw my fill in the blank? I'll take a look at it. If it's something that interests me, I throw it into a folder on my computer. And then when I go to start drawing things, I'll look at that folder first and say, well, what did people send me that I can draw and what interests me today? So then I'll pull that up and I'll start drawing it. I'll let the person know, hey, I'm drawing your tractor. So where do we go from there? After that, typically, I'll send the outline to them after I've drawn it. They can look at it, and I'll draw it for free. It doesn't cost a thing for me to draw your tractor at this point in my life. However, if you would like to tip me, I mean, if you want to tip me and I didn't draw you, that's fine too. There's ways to do that. If you want to tip me, I'm happy to take your tip. I don't turn down tips. That would be dumb. If you would like the original copy of the drawing and it's your tractor, well, I just asked that your tip be enough to cover my expenses. I'll tell you how much that costs. It's typically anywhere from $20 to $30, and you know, if you want to tip more than that, well, I'm really happy for that because obviously, you know, I'd like to someday make money with this. So that's typically how I work. Doesn't cost anything. I sent you something on Instagram. Great. I'll take a look at it. Just keep in mind, I have over 1,000 requests a month so far in the last 2.5 months. This month's on track for more than 1,000. Last month was over 1,000, and I don't get to draw everything I even want to draw, much less everything everybody wants me to draw for them. So just keep that in mind. Don't get your hopes too high, but you know, this is one that got requested, so it's possible that I'll draw it. It's just a long shot. But not completely lost because it happens. So, all right, moving to back wheel. I think I'm gonna add a few more details in up here. I want those bars of that roll. That's better. Something was missing. I just figured it out. There it is. Okay. Thanks. Thanks for following me on that little rabbit trail. So I'm going to give a few tips on how to get my attention to draw stuff. All right. Now, once again, I get a lot of requests, so this is not surefire, but if you want to improve your odds, here's how to do it. Make yourself known to me. You know, whether it's TikTok, Instagram, YouTube specifically. YouTube is great. Make yourself known in my comments. Say, hey, I'm so and so. Love your stuff. And then I see you a bunch, and I see your drawing in your picture in my folder. You're like, hey, I know this person. And that's happened a few times where, yeah, I recognize that person. They post a lot of comments and stuff. That helps. Not guaranteed, but it helps. Ask me one time on Instagram. You can remind me once if it's been a few months, a few weeks, whatever. But don't remind me every hour of every day. So at that point, I just don't pay attention information anymore, do you? So, there's just a few little tips you can feel free to use. I love drawing chrome and polished aluminum. It's just so little work for me. Turns out to be just so nice. So. Alright. Have you ever drawn a 200 Farmall or a 806 Farmall? I drew a 1206 Farmall. Actually, I did it as a joke on there. I drew Whistling Diesel's 1206. Dumb as that is, I did it. Got me pretty good views. I actually destroyed it too then. You should look that one up if you haven't seen it already. It's on YouTube. It's on my channel. It's called Whistling Diesel's 1206. Spoiler alert, I added more charcoal. I burnt it in a charcoal grill. I love how the tires are wrinkling on this thing. I hope I can pull off the way they look, because there's so much wrinkle in these tires. She's hooked up good. I want to be able to really capture that. Hopefully I can. Farmall 200, I don't think I've drawn a 200 yet. I've drawn a lot of Farmalls. That's the biggest thing I get requested is M's, Super M's, MTAs, 400s. 200, not so much. Farmall M's one of my favorite tractors. My dad had a Super M. And, it's one of my favorite tractors by far. There's only so many of them I can draw, though. I've drawn my dad's tractor more than any other tractor I've ever. It was the first thing I ever drew when I started drawing back in 2011, 12, whenever that was. And it was the first thing I drew with charcoal earlier this year. I'm still new to the charcoal game. 200 is my profile pic, but that's not a good picture of it. Oh, I see it. It's tough to see. It's about like that big on my screen. I see it there. I need to just go over some stuff here. I want to put just the hint of some bars here. I'm not putting bars in because why would I? Just the hint of it. Then the rest of this, I'm going to start out down here. It's going to be dark to about here. Shade in that direction because that's the direction of the tires. Here, a little bit over this white. Trying to find where the darkest spots are. I'm seeing right by the rim right here. It's pretty dark. And down here at the bottom, pretty dark. I'm going to draw part of this sled here too behind it. I'm not going to put a lot of detail into the sled. I want it there, but it's not going to be very detailed. I'll say that. And we'll come across this pretty light. The rest of this. Trying to keep somewhat even pressure all the way around here because it's all about the same tone. And go from there. Underneath of the white spot, I want to put some dark where the tires are wrinkled. I'm hoping these turn out good. Dang, it's going to make me mad if they don't. And I see back here, kind of fades into that section. So thanks for the like, Riley's boyfriend. And just a slight bit over top of this. Okay. Oh yeah, the tires are wrinkled. Well, what do y'all think? She's looking pretty good. Pair of 340 gas Farmalls as well. My dad had a 340 with a loader on it growing up. One of the first tractors I actually remember. It's pretty cool. I'll put a shadow under here. The reason I put a shadow under here is otherwise you don't know where the ground is and it just looks like I drew it crooked if you don't know what you're looking at. I want some city slicker from New York City to be able to look at this and be like, hey, front end of that thing's off the ground. That's why it's up like that. No offense to the city slickers from New York City watching me here. Just kidding. I know you're not here. If you are, let me know in the comments. Where y'all from? Tell me that. Where y'all from? This thing's turning out good. I like this smoke up here. I like it a lot. Okay. Sled. Not doing a ton of detail on the sled. I just want people to know it's there. So I'll shade it back from there up to there's about that color. And we've got this. And there's another section up here. I don't want a ton of detail on this sled. Focus is not the sled. Focus is the tractor. And the focus to remain the tractor. So we just want the sled to be back there. you know. Put some dimension on it so we can tell that it's back there. Tell you what, y'all, time's flying here tonight. Been on here an hour and a half, hour and 40 minutes almost. Time is flying. Few things here that I need to do. Put some extra lines in here for some extra definition. And then we're going to put, I think it's pretty common for sleds to have the hole for indoor pools to hang the exhaust off of. So we'll just do something like that so you can see that it's there. New Hampshire checking in, nice. Illinois, Missouri. Well, I'm here in Nebraska myself. If anybody cares. Alright, we'll say that's the sled. There she is. I'm I might come back a little bit later and add some more detail, but for now we're almost done. And yeah, turned out pretty good. We'll sign it. I always sign my drawings. I'm going to sign it on the corner of the sled. I always put the year on there so I know when I drew stuff. That's it. That's our drawing. Appreciate y'all stopping by and take a look at it, but that's what we got.